Good morning to everyone. I'm Dr. Sumi MS. The name of the course is Object Oriented Programming, and today's lecture topic is Inheritance from Unit to Inheritance Packages and Interfaces. On completion, the students will be able to differentiate between base class and subclass and also explain the characteristics of inheriting a subclass from a base class and differentiate between the different types of inheritance and write down programs in Java to inherit subclasses from base classes. Inheritance. It is a process of deriving a new class from an existing class. It is also known as extending a class. When an existing class is extended, the new or the inherited class has all the properties and methods of the existing class, and additionally it also possesses its own characteristics. The class whose property is being inherited by another class is known as base class or parent class or superclass, whereas the class that inherits a particular property or a set of properties from the base class is known as derived class or child class or subclass. Subclasses of a class can define their own unique behaviors and still share some of the same functionality of the parent class. Advantages of inheritance. Reusability of code. Inheritance is mainly used for code reusability. That means extra features can be added to an existing class without much modifying it, and as a result there is much effort and time saving. So due to this reusability, the programmer's effort and time are being saved. Increased reliability. The program with inheritance becomes more understandable and easily maintainable as the subclasses are created from an existing reliably working base class. Extends keyword. The extends keyword is used to inherit a class from an existing class, and the general form of class declaration is given as a specifier class subclass name extends superclass name. So here the subclass is using the extends keyword to inherit from a superclass. Characteristics of class inheritance. A class cannot be inherited from more than one base class. That is, Java doesn't support multiple inheritance. That is, Java is not supporting the inheritance of multiple superclasses into a single subclass. Subclass can access only the non-private members of the superclass. Private data members of a superclass are local only to that class, and it cannot be accessed outside the superclass, and also the subclasses cannot access the private members. However, the subclasses can access the protected features of the superclass. So in this example, vehicle is a superclass. It has certain features like brand and string, and these are declared with data type string. And there is a subclass car which extends vehicle. That is, the subclass car is inheriting the features of the base class vehicle in addition to its own characteristics like number of seats, which is given under an integer data type. Same way, we also has a subclass bus which is also extending the same base class vehicle. So here the vehicle is a superclass or base class that holds the common properties of car and bus, and car and bus are the subclasses or derived class that inherits the property of the vehicle class in addition to their own properties. Extends is the keyword used here to inherit a class. So the general types, the commonly used types of inheritance are single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, as well as hybrid inheritance. So multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. In the case of a single inheritance, we have a base class and a subclass. The subclass is inheriting the characteristics of the base class. And in multi-level inheritance, we have a base class which is having a subclass B, and this subclass is becoming the base class for another subclass C. Okay, this is in the case of multi-level inheritance. And hierarchical inheritance is that it has a base class from which two or more subclasses are inheriting. So here there are more number of derived classes to a common base class, and in multiple inheritance we have more number of base classes from which a single derived class is inherited. So this is not supported in Java unless interfaces are being used. Quiz questions on inheritance. Give the use of extends keyword in Java. Write down the syntax for inheriting a subclass from a base class using single inheritance. State the difference between multiple and multi-level inheritance. Write down a program in Java to inherit subclasses puppy and kitten from the base class animal. Thank you.